Today in this episode of Toysbackzen, we're going to be taking a look at my last only at Toys R Us exclusives, and this is the Crimson Guard 5-pack, and I love the packaging. The reason why I've kept these figures in the box, I usually don't keep everything in the box. I usually like to have them loose, but this display for these figures is amazing, and it's got one of my favorite figures in the background. We've got Barbecue in the background there, and I did a series of these Toys R Us exclusives from the mid 2000s, and go check those other videos out if you haven't checked those out yet. But this is the last one in this series we're going to do. I haven't been around for a week or so. I haven't had any videos out, just been really busy. It's the summertime, putting up pools and stuff like that. But here I am, I'm back, and we're going to get back into it. If we turn the box around, I think that this box presentation is fantastic. I love the back of this box. I will be keeping this box and keeping these figures in the box after this review. I'll just put them back in. It's really easy to do. We can see the display of the figures here. We've got the Cobra Elite Troopers, which are these four guys here. They're army builders, of course. And the figure that I was really excited to get when I purchased this back, I think in 2008, yeah, 2008, right here, was the Cobra Elite Officer. And this is that guy right here in the middle. Just take a look at the file card here if you want to read those file cards. You can pause that and read that. These file cards are really interesting. They tell a lot about these troopers and the officer. So I would encourage you to read them. They are really well written, actually. All right, I'm excited to get this open and play with these figures for the first time and check them out. Everything comes in this plastic tray. Now that we have this cardboard cutout out of the box, you can clearly see that this is a 3D display. You can see that the lights overhang over Cobra Commander on the display there. You can see that the controls here are a separate piece, almost like a box. And also, when you look in the weapons room here, it is a separate piece on the back, which makes it look like it's farther away. So that's really neat. We've got some more details here on the right hand side, and on the left hand side not much, just carrying over from where Barbecue is standing. We do have some display stands here taped in here. I'm not going to take those out because we've seen these stands before, and I will show one of these stands separately. But it says Crimson Guard Squad Leader, and then it probably says the name of the Crimson Guards underneath that. So first of all, they're the exact same molds, but also this guy here did not have a rifle, where all of these guys have the exact same rifle and the exact same handgun or pistol. So I had to take these out because I said I wasn't going to, and just to check to see for myself. And yes, there is a rifle for this guy in the stand pack. So that's nice. They didn't skimp on that. I thought they were skimping on us for that. Taking a look at the details of these two figures, we've got the silver on the front of his chest here. That's different. And the Cobra symbol is red on this guy and silver on this guy. And if we turn them around, you can see on their left legs, the stripes are a little bit different. The officer has black lines, and the trooper has the silver lines. Only on their legs. Everywhere else it's silver. You can see the badge on their arms are exactly the same. The badge on their chest is exactly the same colors. And the fourth and last difference is the silver lines on their shoulder pads showing their rank. Even though they are glued on the shoulder, they are a separate piece around his armband. Here's the holster on his leg there. You can see that. It's just hollow. It just goes all the way through. And when you put the pistol in there, it holds okay. It can fall out pretty easily. It's not a really great holster. His backpack does come off, and you've got that little peg on the back there. You can see that they're all the exact same, like I said. So I'm just going to go through this figure for you. He also has pockets on the side of his boots. On both boots, he's got some detail here around the ankle, like a buckle. That's really cool. And that's pretty much all of these figures are. If you didn't check my other videos out on my other two exclusives that I talked about, check that out. And I did also talk about the articulation, and they're pretty good. You got ankle articulation, you got double knee articulation, leg articulation. There's no hip articulation, but we do have a chest articulation here, like a chest cut. We've got some hand and wrist articulation. We've got not double elbow articulation, but we do have swivels there too. Shoulders up and down, side to side, and lots of head articulation all the way around, and a little bit of up and down. So there must be a ball joint in there, so that's really cool. Let's take a look at their accessories here. Here is the original figure with the original backpack, and you can see it's pretty much the same backpack. It does look just a tad bigger. Of course, these figures are 4-inch instead of 3 3/4, so that would make sense. And of course, the pegs are different. And this is hollow. As opposed to the original one, it's a little bit more solid. But I think it's a good representation of the original figure's backpack. Taking a look at the rifle compared to the original figure's rifle, it does have the silver paintwork, which I really like. It actually looks exactly the same, except again, this is for a 4-inch scale figure, so it is a little bit bigger, but it does have the same profile and pretty much the same detail. You can see that the trigger on the original figure is part of the stock, where the trigger here you can see is a separate piece of plastic coming down with the trigger guard. So that's nice to see. But this is also a matte plastic, and the original figure's rifle was almost like a shiny satin plastic. Here's a look at the two blades on the end of the rifle. Now, the original figure did not come with a separate pistol, but you can see here on his left leg, he does have the silver stripes, and the handgun is molded onto his leg. So they took that into account and gave us a removable revolver. I keep calling it a pistol, revolver. It is a revolver, actually. And here's the details of the revolver. You can see that up close. It's black, so it's hard to get the details really well, but that will give you an idea. Now, I did have to take the stands out of its bag there, because I showed you that it did have the gun in there, and so I might as well take that out and show you guys. Here's the two different stands that it comes with. It actually comes with 5 stands. There's only one squad leader stand. There's 4 of the Crimson Guard trooper stands. Plus, we also got the extra rifle that was in that bag. And the great thing about having these stands is then you can have these guys in dynamic poses. Why not have him holding two pistols? You can also arm him with a pistol and the rifle. Maybe the character prefers two rifles. The other one will fit in the holster. It's kind of like in the way from his posing, but he can hold it. And like this officer, perhaps he likes to hold the pistol in the right hand and his rifle in the left. I also think that this display would look really good with the figures out of the packaging, and using this background in my display case. I think that would look really good. And because I am a loose collector mostly, I think after doing this review, I've decided that I'm going to keep these figures out of the box and I'll use this background. Of course, I can use several figures in this display and make it look really nice. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Comparing the size of these figures, which are 4-inch, to the 3 3/4 size O-ring figures and the classified Crimson Guard, you can see the difference in their size. And I think if you're going to have a display of just Crimson Guards, all of these guys put together would look amazing. Thanks for watching this episode of Toysbackzen. This concludes my review of this 2008 Crimson Guard 5-pack. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you have, I really appreciate your support. And comment down below and let me know what you think of these Toys R Us exclusives that I've been reviewing. Don't worry, I know I took a break, but I am all done doing that and I'm going back to making more videos. I've got 3 or 4 on the go right now, and you'll be getting the usual 2 videos a week coming up through the rest of the summer. So thanks for watching. See ya!